You're stuck inside, but you want to keep walking. You've got options, including one that might surprise you. Hi, I'm Dave. I love walking. To help you fall in love with walking, I do a daily audio podcast, same name as this YouTube channel, Walking is Fitness, but you won't find it here on YouTube. It's designed to be listened to while you're out walking, provides a little added motivation to get out the door. And to keep it fun, every episode is recorded while I'm out walking, so as you're listening, kind of sounds like we're taking a walk together. In this video, you're going to see the different options you have to reach 10,000 steps inside without a treadmill, and even more importantly, we'll answer the question, why would you do that? So first, let's talk about the math of 10,000 steps. If you're going at 3 miles an hour, it takes usually about an hour and 40 minutes. But you're probably not going to be walking that fast inside. So you're looking at something maybe 2.5 hours. But it's also important to know you don't need to do all that at once. You can break it down into smaller chunks. For example, if you get started at 8 in the morning and wrap up at 9 p.m., that's about 10 to 11 minutes of walking every hour. And the benefits of 10,000 steps, it's actually not research-backed. The sweet spot is 7,500 steps. Walking is a great way to lower the risk of an early death, and a lot of those things that could lead to an early death, heart disease, so talking heart attack, stroke, type 2 diabetes, dementia, certain cancers. So walking is a great way to invest in your health, but you don't need 10,000 steps. We're also going to make an assumption here that you're stuck inside. Because there are other indoor walking options. You can go to a mall, walk around the mall. Some even open early if you like to get it done first thing in the morning. You can go to a big box store, walk around the perimeter of the big box store. You can go to a gym, hop on a treadmill and get your walking done there. But if you're stuck inside, you can use your house. Your house can become essentially a gym. You can walk from room to room. You can walk around the kitchen island. If you have a basement, we used to live in Maryland in a rancher, and there was a nice basement, and I would go down in that basement and walk back and forth. I got a lot of steps walking in that basement. Now, this probably doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun. I get it, but there are ways to make walking in your home more enjoyable. You can listen to podcasts. You can listen to audiobooks, music. You can even turn your walks into a productivity session because walking is a great way to solve problems. There's even a Latin phrase that means it is solved by walking. People throughout history have understood the power, the impact of walking and thinking. There's even research that walking can help you be more creative. I used to go down in the basement to solve problems. I'd be working on projects that I needed ideas for. And I'd walk back and forth, and on a table in the middle of the basement, I had a piece of paper, and anytime I got an idea, I'd stop and I'd write it down. And so I was doing double duty. I was getting some exercise. I was also solving problems. Now, maybe where you live doesn't feel very big. You don't have a basement. Walking around the kitchen island isn't an option. One of my favorite stories about walking involves Jessica. She was in her mid to late 70s, and she got a diagnosis of prediabetes. She did not want to get diabetes. So she made the decision that she was going to change some things. She changed her nutrition, what she was eating. She also decided that she was going to start walking 3,000 steps every day. Thing is, Jessica lived in a really tiny apartment. She didn't have a whole lot of room, probably not much more room than this garage. And I'm guessing that Jessica was not walking at 3 miles an hour. So 3,000 steps probably took a long time in that tiny apartment, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But here's the thing. Jessica did not get diabetes, and she lost over 100 pounds. Walking inside, even in a small space, can be effective. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, well, this all seems rather silly. Why would anyone do this? Well, there are physical fitness benefits to movement, to getting up, to walking, not to spending the entire day sitting. But I think an even bigger benefit is this. When you make a commitment to pursue fitness, to pursue better health, to walk consistently, what you're really doing is making a promise to yourself. And on those days when keeping that promise is challenging, maybe it feels like it can't be done, doing the hard thing, the silly thing, the awkward thing really is telling yourself that you're worth it, that you're worth taking the walk even when it feels, what am I doing? You've also got one more option. One more inside walking option that takes the least amount of space possible. And that's simply walking in place. I didn't realize how much energy is created by the forward momentum of walking until I started walking in place. For me, this is actually harder than walking outside or walking through the house. So I'm not only getting my steps, I'm supersizing the workout. If you're stuck inside and you need to take the walk, you've got options and you're worth it.